Hello and welcome, everyone. This is Diane Helmold, and it is February 10th, and it is an honor to share on this webinar. I want to welcome all our first-time listeners and all the ones who, are the usuals on the call. I'm new to this call, and it's just an honor to be asked to host. And today what I'm going to do is really show you how to build a relive business. And I do want to say that I'm going to share what's worked for me, and I know a lot of you on the line, the ones listening who will be listening in later, you're not a part of my organization, so if anything that I say doesn't coincide with what you are doing, just take what you want, because I'm going to share what's worked with me. I also want to say that you're going to hear health stories. Relive doesn't make any medical claims. Nothing is gone. Nothing's cured. It's just good, awesome, balanced nutrition that bridges the gap from what we eat and don't eat. And when you consistently take it, your body responds in a positive way. And like the product, you have to be consistent and patient. The business is the same way. It works when you consistently work it and you're patient at it. So I just wanted to share that. And another thing is, what I'm going to share with you is what worked for me and what is still working. And I earned the last 4 relive trips to Mexico, Sedona, and Atlantis. And I'll be heading next month to Puerto Vallarta because I earned that one. Relive rewards us for our daily and consistent work. So what I'm going to share with you is what I have been using and what we'll continue to use. And we use it, it's called ICSAR, and we'll go over the ICSAR, the 5 daily elements that we need to be doing every single day. And we need to stay focused. We need to know our why. I like to start out my trainings with the why because I had a why, a big why. And I challenge you to think of your why. Some of us maybe have reached our why, whether health reasons, business reasons, and now we're just kind of hanging on. What's a new why? Find your new why to get that action going again. But, people become a part of Relive for a lot of reasons, to improve their health, to earn extra money, to enjoy a better lifestyle, because let's face it, when you're happy and healthy, you're living a better life. They want to achieve financial independence, maybe even to change the world through our Cologris Foundation. And that's the best part of Relive, that you can make it whatever you want it to be. Your why isn't just your reason to start Relive. It's your motivation to take steps every day to achieve your goals. So, think. Every time you make your Relive shake, prepare a healthy meal, head to the gym. As a Relive distributor, use your why to inspire action, to make those phone calls, to set those appointments, and to share what you've found. So we got to ask ourselves, what's our why? What's our what? And our how? And so, there's a lot of different things going on in the Relive world, a lot of exciting bonuses, and I know that there are people who would like to share what are they excited about. I mean, have you had a quick start? Have you sponsored a master affiliate? If you get 3 quick starts this month, Relive's going to give you a $250 bonus if you bring in a master affiliate. Not only will you earn $250 from that, but Relive will match that and give you $250. You make $500 just by going out and sharing Relive, planting those seeds, and the harvest will come. So who'd like to come on? You have to hit *6 and take a minute, share your name, where you're from, and what you're excited about this morning. I hope I didn't double mute the lines here. Diane, you're going to be traveling with me to Puerto Vallarta. Why don't you come on, hit *6, and tell us what you're excited about? You're not stopping the business because you earned the trip, are you? Okay. What did I do? Hang on.
Diane,
I hear. Yeah.
Diane, can you hear me now? There you are.
Yes.
Hey, everybody. It is Diane Lux in Colorado Springs. Can you hear me?
Yes. Speak a little louder. Yes. Thank you, Diane.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, we did earn that trip to Puerto Vallarta, but I have to tell you my latest excitement is just reaching down and helping someone who wants the business. Last fall, as part of that promotion, Steve was just out talking to different people, and a man in his Bible study was interested in what we had to say and wanted to find out more about Relive. Well, but he became a master affiliate back in September. He wasn't sure if Relive would work for him. The man has absolutely no colon because it was totally removed because of ulcerative colitis. He wanted to see if Relive Nutrition could give him anything. And lo and behold, it's giving him wonderful results. He's excited, and he's gone out to share with other people. We had a big kind of event here last weekend just for him at his clubhouse where he lives. And out of that, he sponsored 3 quick starts, so he has earned that bonus for next month. We're very excited to see him move forward with his business. The best thing is he just turned 79.
Oh my gosh, I don't think there's anything better in the business than duplicating those efforts. You did it and he's doing it. That's awesome, Diane. Thank you so much. Guys, she's not stopping. She's still going. So ride with that momentum. Thank you so much. Who else would like to come on and share what they're excited about? Anyone else?
This is Lauren Laird.
Hi, Lauren.
Well, hi there. We actually were supposed to have Kyla Bueller join us here at our home last night, and due to circumstances, she wasn't able to make it. But you know what? We made the most of it. We still had a special event, and we had a great turnout. But even better, just the excitement in our group, the momentum that was built. You know, there's always people that say they're going to show up and don't show up, and that can be frustrating, but if you focus on that, then you're going to get disappointed. But if you do look at all the people that did show up and what was learned, and like I said, the momentum and the new people that we shared with, and the people that are excited that maybe had said they weren't able to come, and we knew that. But I'm just stoked that we're getting things moving and grooving, because we have Anaheim coming to our area, Relive Live, in a couple of months, and we are going to make a good showing out of that, and we're not going to let Relive down for allowing conference to be in our backyard. So this was kind of the first step, and we're not stopping.
That's wonderful. What a way to get going ahead of time for that Anaheim. And guys, that Anaheim that Lauren's talking about is April 20th, a Friday night, and the 21st. And get your, sights set on that Anaheim, because that's where your dreams come true. Okay, Disney's right there. Dreams come true. True, right in your Relive headquarter conference as well. Lauren, thank you so much. Anyone else like to take a minute?
I might want to call out Christina, because she's got a lot going on right now.
Yeah, go ahead, Christina. And these are the millennials, guys. Oh my goodness! I wish I had this, just all the social media and all that's going on. Wish I had this in my 30s when I started this business. So, Christina, what's happening?
So much, Diane. But first, about the social media and whatnot, I think that's the great thing about where the company's heading right now. We've got some exciting stuff like the app. I know that's something that a lot of people have kind of looked forward to, but with the social media, it's all about posting what makes you happy about Relive. What is it that that really much makes your day? What do you get excited about? And I'm so excited for our group that has just kind of looked really good lately with our Fit 3 healthy lifestyle. People take notice. People take notice of the bright smiles when somebody makes a change. And the best thing that can follow with that is, hey, what are you doing? And that just kind of promotes the business. So I think what's really great about our group is just we love to have fun with it. We love to share the fun with other people. And from there, you just build more success.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're planting a lot of seeds, and you're going to have a big harvest come that conference. Tom Pinnock was talking about all you people in California how you're getting buses and packing the buses, and you're coming from all over different parts of California to go to that conference. So, there's a lot of stuff they're going to roll out, guys. It's $100, and you could see our company up close, and you just will not regret it. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing that, Christina. And, guys, I'm going to go ahead and just take a minute and share. I found Relive. I was 34 years old. I was falling apart. I was, on the couch, and I was very sick. I had 5 miscarriages, a lot of female issues, and depression and anxiety started setting in, and the chronic fatigue. I pretty much was raising my 3 little ones off the couch because my husband was a Chicago fireman, and he painted on the side. He worked about 80, 90 hours a week, and, we had a little extra money. We didn't have a life. I didn't even know the man I was married to, and I knew I wanted to be at home. I didn't want the kids in daycare. He had to take on that extra responsibility, but I'll tell you what, our health was failing, and not only was I sick and seeing doctors and going into the emergency rooms and hospital stays, kidney stones and all that, but my kids had ADD issues, they had eczema, chronic ear infections, colicky baby. The list went on, and we were seeing doctor visits, Walgreens visits, hospital visits. Just constantly, that was my life, and it was a whirlwind. I was overwhelmed. My husband, he'd come home, he'd have headaches after work. He had allergies, and he thought he was healthy. And this is when I prayed. I prayed really hard, and I said, God, I just can't go on. I don't know if this is all you have for me, but I can't go on. It was not me. And the phone rang, and my friend had invited me to her house to come hear about a company that was blessing lives in 2 prayers, health and finances. And she said, I'm not going to take no for an answer. That's how I heard about Relive. She was confident. It was a quick phone call. She asked me, Di, what are you doing? Can you talk for a few minutes? And I was on the couch. I said, yes. What's up? And I remember her being peppy, and she said, I found something, and I'm excited about it, and I thought of you. And all she talked about promoted was a company, and it was blessing lives in 2 prayers, health and finances. And you know what? She said, I'm not taking no, just come over here. It's an hour, you get something to eat, you're going to hear about something. And she said, shame on me if I don't share this with you. And it kind of touched my heart, and I didn't know what it was, but I looked up and I said, if that's a sign from you, I'm going. I went. The day changed my life. I sat around the table and heard all these stories, and I became a customer and, got home, and that night she asked me to a presentation an hour away, and I didn't want to go, but she said, Di, this is the last thing that I want you to go to, that you really need to attend. And after you see this, the bigger picture, it's really up to you what you want to do. She knew I wanted Kevin home. So I went. It changed my life. I did the 25% right there, came home, got the family started. My husband wasn't happy, but that's another story. And I needed a change. And sometimes you just know that you know. And there was a money-back guarantee, not only on the product, but the business. And I thought, what the heck, right? So I jumped in, got everybody started. In a month, we were seeing results. I was off the couch, back into life, doing more in a day than I did in a week. 6 months, we were off all meds and all worries from all those issues. I got myself to the master affiliate actually that first month and realized we'd never be off of it because I was a happier mom, and why would I pay 25% when I could pay 40, get a set 40% savings? And I made $9,000 my first year, and then that second year, my 4th baby was born, and it was like a miracle baby because of the 5 miscarriages. And I'll tell you, Kevin left his side jobs, closed down the business, came home to be a dad, and he was a real dad now. And he said, now you have time to invest and put into this. Now, I was only making $900 a month, and he was bringing in about $2,000 a month with his side job. And he said, I know you're not there yet, but I see your drive and determination. And so, you know what, guys? Your spouse needs to see it. Your kids need to see it, and they will believe in you. You've got to believe. And a lot of it comes from others encouraging us to take that encouragement and really soak it up, because I did. And I said, yeah, I can do this. And he left his side jobs, and, we matched his income within a year. And I've gone on to earn, $40,000 a year, $60,000, $80,000. My highest is $90,000 a year. I've earned numerous trips. I'm so excited about where Relive is. And I think the biggest thing is our four children are now 22 to 30. It's the day-to-day wellness they love. They will still take these products. Our two younger girls, now their boyfriends are on the relive, and they're seeing results. And it's just, it's this human chain. It keeps going. And because of that, even my two younger daughters, one was really religious, but Maria, the nurse, is really religious now, and she takes her, faithfully twice a day. So, it's that day-to-day wellness they have, and Kevin and I feel better in our late 50s than our early 30s. And he will be retiring this November because of the income that's been coming in with Relive. We're debt-free. And, I look at our private education. What was dear to me and big for me in my heart was that they went to private schools, and we were able to afford that from kindergarten to college. Our youngest will be graduating in May. Kev's retiring in November. I could take this business anywhere, you guys, and I will be forever grateful for my friend that introduced this to me, but very much more important than that is that I had the courage to say yes. You're going to have to be going through a lot of courage doing this business day in and day out. So I will just be forever grateful. And here is where our success training starts, guys. How do you succeed with Relive? Well, there's a circle of success with 5 fundamental steps, and they're all in different colors right there on the left. And you want to fuel your business with new people, all right? And you also want to be in the right frame of mind. You want to fuel your mind. Our pastor said, do more of something and less of nothing. You know what he meant? Now, I know the social media, you use it for your business and everything, and that's fine. But some of us, we just get on and scroll, and, we are doing nothing on the Facebook. We're doing nothing with the texting and the emails. Do more of something. Shut off the TV. Read a good book. And so, fuel your mind. And when you fuel your mind with good words, good authors, there's one that I can't say enough about is Earl Nightingale. You've got to go Google his name and read his books. He talks about the strangest secret. When we work on becoming the best version of ourselves, fueling our mind with good stuff, we are happier. And you know who benefits? Not only us, but everyone around us. Our family, our spouse, our kids, everyone around us. In every situation we're at, in the shopping mall, in a line with an angry crowd because the line's so long at Christmas time, someone in the line, I was at Ace Hardware and everybody was in line getting a snow shovel and, this poor woman was taking her time. I didn't care. I really didn't care. I just had a smile on my face, and it's amazing. I remember what Earl Nightingale said. You got to be the best version of yourself. Have a smile on your face. Others will smile too, and they were. They were. I just said, isn't this crazy, this snow? This is, amazing. I can't believe this. And we're just talking about the snow, and everyone around me was it's like their whole demeanor was changing. So, people around us benefit. We speak wiser. We listen better. We open our hearts and our minds to others more easily because we're more confident in who we are and what we have. And you know what? I said we become better listeners. This is what a Relive distributor is. It's not a talker. It's a listener. Wow, what are you doing here? You're off from work. Do you work from home? You're here buying a shovel. Are you retired? We're able to ask questions and listen. So in the book, it discusses how we need to set a definite and clearly defined goal, and when you believe, you'll succeed. So fuel your mind, and then you'll fuel your business with new people. And you add them into your daily activities wherever you go. And let's look at the circle of success. You want to take action now. Guys, yesterday was it's history. It's not here. It's no longer here. And we can't dwell on what we didn't do or what we did do or what went well and it's not going well today. You could go crazy, right? So yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. We only have the present, and we got to make it the best. Always be in the present. When you are in the present, you're not losing your keys. Do you know where you put your keys when you're in the present? In that present moment of every second of every day? You know where you put your customer questionnaire, the person you need to call. So you want to live in the present. I love that. Action. Take it now today. Today, not tomorrow. These are the daily fundamentals. There's 5 of them, and we're going to review each of them. So identify as make a list now, right now. As you heard my story, did you think of anyone who you want to talk to? Write their name down. You know, it could be health, it could be business. And they're saying just write down 10 for health. How many of us have in our center of influence people with constant complaints? Write their name down. How many are complaining about work, about money? Okay, write that down too. 10 business and 10 product. You know, you got to set up thinking and get rid of the fear in the next 30, 60, 90 days. I'm going to throw a lot of challenges out here, okay? Here's another one. The next 30, 60, 90 days. Do more, be more, and get bold. You know what the scripture says? Your mind will return what you plant. As you sow shall you reap. Control your thoughts, and they will lead you in your life. So guys, think about that harvest time, but there's no harvest, no payback if you're not planting. So this is the start of our planting, guys. Write why you thought of them. Who are the first 5 to contact today? Highlight those top 5. You know, I'll go back to my story. My friend told me 6 months after she knew about this. After I got my results and was listening to the stories and I was a master affiliate, it was maybe, 6 months into being a master affiliate, I asked her, why did you wait 6 months to call me? And she said, I didn't think you wanted it. I thought you would think I was selling you something. Well, I looked at her, I'm like, well, you did sell me something. And she said, well, yeah. She says, but I said, what changed from you starting and I was on your list and you waited for 6 months? You know what she said? I heard you differently when we were at the Bible study. I heard you differently. She didn't hear me differently in such a way where I was talking different. She was more in tune and listening instead of wanting to talk and talk. And so that is really some wise words. My friend said she was so sorry she didn't tell me right away. You want to know another thing? I went to that meeting. All of her 9 siblings were there. They all had me on their list. The only one that changed my life was the one that called me. So your friends, your neighbors, coworkers, whether they're here or around the country or the world, they're hearing about Relive. So maybe that's a good shot in the arm for some of you to call the people who are on your list, because it definitely was a shot in, my arm that later on I'm like, hey, that's right. My friends are on someone else's list. Always have new people to talk to. Go out and about. Guys, get out of the house. I remember Don Gibbons telling me, 15 years ago I had a real big high and everything's going great, earned the trip, Dr. Ted Plack, and then it plummeted. I didn't know what happened. I really didn't, People just aren't committed. And I was still committed. And he said, you got to get out of the house. Get off the phone. Get off your duff and get out of the house. What is your passion? What do you love? Is it quilting? Is it bowling? Golfing? Whatever it is, go join something. Meet a group of people. And so I really took that to heart. And Eileen Tesh from Michigan said Linda Vance told her every 90 days you should be joining a new group, doing something different, filling that pipeline. And, it makes sense, doesn't it? When we sit in our house and we call the same old people and think, what can I do? You know what? We get distracted. We get sidetracked. Oh, I got to do this laundry. Oh, I have to do this. I have to clean that. Oh, Get out of the house. Go buy the thing you need to fix the sink. Don't send your husband. Put yourself in a line to talk to people, a salesman to talk to. So he really made a lot of sense, and I try to do that. And I'll give you a great example. Now, some slides I'm going to spend a little bit more time on, and others I'll breeze through. But this is important. My friend down the street, 5 doors down, has told me about jazzercise for 24 years. She'd walk across to the park, and she'd have her mat and her wheelie bag with weights. And it just wasn't time for me. I'm raising kids. She was a little older, with her kids a little older. And you know what? Timing was right. I saw her outside, and I said, "Hey, Brenda, I think I'm going to join jazzercise." She goes, "No way." I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well," she says, "here's the number. Call Cindy. You got to get started." She goes, I love it. It's been 24 years. I said, "No way." She goes, "Yeah, it's been 24 years. She never misses a day. She is a jazzercise junkie." So I call up Cindy. We meet. I go to her class. We kind of reconnected because our husbands are firemen. Her husband retired a few years ago. And I knew Cindy through that. So it was kind of neat. It was the one I had known. And turns out she was on Relive 20 years ago and loved it, but got off of it. Life got in the way. She had kids. She had her jazzercise business. And so I got on the product. Next thing you know, I got her on the product. She's getting results, and we had an in-home at her house with her family. All of them got on the product, her 3 kids, her mother, her brother, her husband. Then she had another one at the jazzercise place, and she said, "If I could get 10 customers, Diane, I'll go master affiliate." And here I am just wanting to do jazzercise. I wanted to be with a group of women, not to just go to the gym, to leave, and not talk to anybody. I wanted to be with a group. And Brenda always said it was so much fun that when I'm ready, I need to go. Well, these ladies have been with Brenda for 24 years, many of them. And so I joined. I love it. I think it was October 1st I joined. She got on the product, I think, November. I was just building the friendship. And she went master affiliate December 31st, and a lot's going on. So, I'm going to show her how she can bring income into the home by helping these 10. And you know what? We're going to find 10 more. And she's very busy, so much. Her plate's full, guys. I can't go into what she does. She is a Energizer bunny, and she's just always going busy. But we are going to make this work with her. So hopefully she's listening in on this. She said she would. But, guys, that's what it is. Go out, do something, meet people, and you never know where it's going to turn. So the first with ICSAR, I-C-S-A-R, is identify people to talk to. And the last thing I'll share is, guys, we're broke. We're tired, and we're sick. And when you find someone that you want to talk to, and they say something, wherever it may be, a funeral, a wedding, a shower, wherever it may be, and they're complaining. I don't want to say complaining. They're voicing something negative. That's what's going on with them. This is what I use, and I got it from Tammy Martineau, and it works every time. And I just did it with a lady on the plane in October. She's complaining about her RA, and I said, and we had been talking, we exchanged names. I said, "Judy, with your permission, I'm with a company that's blessing lives, thousands, with exactly what you're talking about. And with your permission, when I get some information and I get back to Chicago, could I give you a call? Would you permit me to call you?" She said, "Yes." I didn't ask, "What's your number?" or "Can I call you?" I said, "What's the best number to reach you?" And I took out a piece of paper. The woman was crippled with fingers. She can't even really write with arthritis in her fingers. So I wrote down her number. Well, it turns out she didn't want it, but her friend did, and her friend quick started this November. That was one of my quick starts to earn the Puerto Vallarta, planting those seeds, guys. She did like that I called her with the story, but you know what she said? "My friend's worse than me." Well, I thought she was pretty bad. But you know what? I really feel her friend is now going to get her as a customer. So I'm following up, which we'll talk more about that. So 2 is connect. So that's the gold. You see the little pieces of the puzzle. I love this. Relive is probably a jigsaw puzzle with 1,000 pieces, all right, that identify as the first piece. And now you're connecting, and you're putting another person, getting another person involved on the call with your 20 prospects, with your upline, with your sponsor, whoever you're working with, sidelines. And, people say, what do I say? Just share your excitement, why you thought of them. Using their why lets them know you care. And use the company tools to validate. I remember saying to this lady at my church, Bernadette, she also quick started, was one of the Puerto Vallartas. And I planted a seed with Bernadette. She came to my house for an in-home 2 years ago, and a year ago she got started on just the capsules. And every month she'd buy it from me, and I'd give it to her in church. And I remember saying to her, I said, Bernadette, I thought of you because, this is before she bought the capsules, I'm going back now, the 2-year mark when I had talked to her, invited her to my house, this is what I said, Bernadette, I see you at church all the time, and I found something I'm really, really excited about, and I think you really need to take a look at it. It just might help you with your aches and pains. And it's a money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, it's free. But that's all I'm going to say. But Bernadette, you got to come to my house. I'm not going to take no for an answer. You got to be here. I'll come pick you up if I have to. She came to my house with a friend, and she listened. And that's all I said. So I shared my excitement and why I thought of them. The why lets them know you care. And when you say it's a money-back guarantee, it's an alternative to a drug. So, it took her a year, but a year later she got on the product, and now she just quick started. I think it was November. Use the company tools to validate. I think the best tool is a 3-way call, the third-party validation. I got a lot of calls in front of Bernadette about diabetes and about aches and pains, and our goal is to set up an appointment. And after I shared with her with the story, I said to her, the next step is, to share, to see the whole thing. So you really need to come to my house. I'm not going to take no for an answer, and you can see the rest of the story. The rest of the story is the appointment, the company, the product, and everything, and all your options. And then there's opening sentences. Kathy, I know your health is a priority. I'm working with a company. I don't like that could really help you. I don't think people like to think they need to be helped, although we do. We don't like to think it. I like to rephrase that. I'm working with the company that I know you would love. When can we get together is kind of out there. I like to say, have that sense of urgency. What's your schedule look like today or tomorrow? I just need 15 minutes. And that 15 minutes, you're going to get them on with your story and a friend. Here's another one. Hi, John. At the soccer game, you mentioned that your finances are tight. You need to hear about something that has really, really blessed me. Not when can we get together. Again, the same sentence or, question. What's your schedule look like today or tomorrow, John? I just need 15 minutes. That's it. I've just started in something that made me think of you, Joe. You really need to check this out. It's a chance to earn some serious income. And again, Joe, what's your schedule look like today or tomorrow? And the best one, Tom Pinnock says all the time, how are you? And they will tell you. They'll tell you they're feeling bad, this is happening, they need money, whatever. It could be health, business, could be both. And then they ask you, and you say, boy, I'm good now. Really? Now that opens up questions. What do you mean now? And guys, this is what you say. I don't know, say it to Susie. Susie, you really need to hear about this, but check your watch. I really have to run. I'm going to give you a call. If it's someone you know, say, I have your number. What's your schedule look like today or tomorrow? I just need 15 minutes. Haven't I told you? No, you haven't. Oh, Susie, I've got to tell you. I found something I'm really excited about, and I have to share this with you. You really need to hear. And then you let them know, what's your schedule look like that I can call you. And if you don't have their number, you don't ask them, may I have your number? Hey, what's the best number I can call you, Susie? And then you just, write it down in your purse. I have a little notebook in my purse. Use tools and stories to validate. That third-party validation, guys, I'm telling you, it's like you're an attorney and you're getting witness after witness. And pretty soon it's like hands down, you win the case. Your person is going to get results. Okay, so now this is where you share the story. Okay, so understand that this takes practice and more practice. The biggest potential advantage that we have is that we have the opportunity to prepare. We can prepare. Guys, I've been doing the same marketing plan for 24 years. People, when I do it, oh, you're so good at math. I'm like, no, I'm good at memorizing. I've learned to memorize this because this is my business. If I didn't know this, I couldn't share with you how you can save money. I couldn't share with you how you can make money. So it's all about memorizing. Take the time to learn these numbers because I'm telling you, it's going to make a big difference. I don't have the number on me now, but I have myself going over the marketing plan with a download from Relive, the whole compensation plan, and I have myself going over it. You can email me, call Quila. She can give you my number. But it's in, I think, 25 minutes, go over the whole marketing plan. And I found this on a recording from Joe Felger the second year I was in the business. This was a gold mine to me and Mary Peters, who was just getting started. We could not believe we fell upon this because he's not our upline. But someone gave it to us. And I remember calling her saying, Mary, you've got to listen to this. You need about 45 minutes, but you have to listen. This is Joe Felger going over the marketing plan. I mean, it was like gold. And I remember taking out a sheet of paper. She took out a sheet of paper at her house. We three-wayed, the call on, and we folded it in four. And we went over retail, wholesale, the overrides going one line, and the overrides 3 lines. And so take advantage of the people who've gone before you because they've been in your shoes. And that's what I was always told, and I always followed the successful people. So you want to follow the people who are doing it. You want to follow and do what they say. I mean, I was just like hanging on to every word Joe said in that, and I think I could have memorized. I think I could have said it verbatim, even without the call. That's how many times I listened to it, and Mary too. And Mary's an ambassador today, so it's very important you know the marketing plan. You want to share your story, your why, your belief from your heart, because people really don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It has to come from the heart. You've got to be authentic. It can't be a rote like, okay, this is it. I'm just doing the marketing plan, and it's a conversation. Something that is not here, but I'm going to tell you, I use this a lot before we do the marketing plan. Actually, I do this in the first phone call. I form the prospect. FORM. Why do I form them? I want to know what they're looking for, so I know how to gauge this appointment. One time, a single mom wanted $500 a month, and I was not doing this, and I lost a lot of people by not caring to know where they're at in their life, What do they want more of? What do they want less of? Why are they sitting down with me and listening and taking this time out of their day, their busy day? I mean, there was a point where I was never doing this. I was just so in tune to, got to do this. Okay, check it off the list. Got to do that. Check it off the list. Well, Tom Moody, my upline, says sometimes you got to use common sense, you were born with. It's not, this way and that way. There's gray areas. So you want to know where they're coming from. And I lost this one woman. She was just, I see her still today, and she's not on the products. And I believe it's because of how I presented it. I was showing her how she could make $18,500 in a month. And she's like, I only want $500 a month. This is kind of like an Amway thing where they're showing me the boats and the cars. She said, Diane, it's not for me. And I lost her. And you know what? I lost others too. So guys, always go back and find what do they want. If here's a great question. If you could change one thing in your life right now, one thing, what would it be? Guys, you have to know that answer too, because that's going to drive you to pick up the phone and change a life. So form, the F is family. I did a call with this woman. Where is she? Not Bernadette. Oh, it was Glenda. Okay, she also did a quick start in November. Glenda, I met, and she was at her first job at Subway at the airport when I was leaving Destin in October. And I came up to her, and I was the only one in there. I was there at like 5 in the morning, and she was all frantic and nervous. And I said, oh, that's all right. I said, I have time. I just need a coffee. She goes, oh, it's my first day on my job. I said, that's awesome. She goes, oh, I don't know. And I said, well, what do you mean? She said, well, I just wish I was at home. I have a child at home. I take care of my dad, and he's watching my baby, and I really shouldn't be here. I said, are you serious? And I said, really? She goes, yeah. I said, no, about working from home. She said, yes. I said, you know what? I said, I'm Diane. And she goes, well, I'm Glenda. I said, Glenda, I don't believe in coincidences. And I just, the Lord's telling me I need to share something with you. What? She says, I'm a Christian. And I said, I work from home. I've worked from home for 24 years. And I am looking for moms who want to work from home. Is this like crazy? And she said, really? I said, yeah. And I looked at my watch. I said, I really have to run. I said, well, you're getting me the coffee. I'm just going to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. No. And I said, are you single? It seemed like she was single. I said, are you single? Are you married? You have one child? I said, tell me about your life. She goes, well, it's crazy. My dad has MS. He's watching my baby, and I don't know how he can really take care of the baby. And, I'm single. I kind of see my boyfriend sometimes. And she goes, but I just want to, if I can make $1,000 at home. I said, that's all you need? She goes, yeah. I said, oh, you don't need to do this, Glenda. I said, we really need to talk. And that was the F. Are you married? Do you have children? Then I said, is this your only occupation? She goes, yes. She goes, it's the only skills I have, sales. She goes, but I love people. I said, well, that's one of the qualities you need for our business. You need to love people and have a big heart and everything you learn along the way, Glenda. So that was, ask about their occupation. And I said, what do you love about working here? She goes, nothing. It's my first day. I said, what do you dislike? She goes, everything. I don't want to leave home. I said, okay. So I got her hot spot, guys. She wanted to be at home. And I said, when you're at home, what do you do? What do you do for fun, for recreation? Do you have any of that? She goes, yeah. She goes, I take my baby to Moms and Tots, and now I can't. I mean, she's telling me all this stuff. So when you form someone, you really know where they're at, and it shows you care. And believe it or not, people just answer you. I mean, my husband sometimes says, I can't believe you were in the fitting room, you got this lady's name, and you already know everything about her. And I said, you know what, Kev, it comes from the heart. I see someone struggling with all these hangers. Gosh, that's the last thing I want to do. I did that at a hit-or-miss clothing store when I was in high school. It was horrible putting all those things back on the hangers. And he's like, I just can't believe it. And I said, who knows where this will go? Guys, you don't know where anything's going to go, but that's why you keep planting seeds. So anyway, Glenda, and what's the M? The M is money. And I asked her, Glenda, what would make a difference? How much money do you need so you don't have to work here anymore? What do you need coming in every month? She said like $1,000 because she gets paid from the state for taking care of her dad. So, form them. That is so important. Now when I did the appointment with her, I knew how to gauge the appointment, right? I didn't want to show her no $100,000 a year job. She didn't want that. She wanted $12,000 a year. So that's what I gauged on. So guys, know your story, be authentic, listen, and then you do your appointment. And we have webinars every Monday, 7:30 Central Standard Time, with an ambassador that they host. They line up the stories. And I'm telling you, I have a lady in Texas. She plugs into it, not every Monday, maybe twice a month. And they record them. So she'll take the recording. And Joyce Ferguson, oh my gosh, she just had like the best webinar that I use all the time. So my lady in Dallas, if she cannot do the Monday night one, she knows this one is good. She's heard the stories. And guess what she will do? She will now be able to present it from her computer to her TV, and she hosts an in-home. And all the stories are done for her, and the ambassador is doing it. And when it's finished, she gets me on the phone. She serves Energize, and I answer the questions. And I go into detail the marketing plan. How simple is that? So there are a lot of ways to do this, sharing the story. You've just got to find a way to get creative in doing it. Share the relive story. Help new people engage themselves, and who do they know? The reason why we have people listen to the testimonials is because they find it in their heart that they've thought of an aunt or an uncle or a best friend. And guess what? They listen to another one. Now they're thinking of other people. And now guess what? They're walking in Walgreens or walking in, the mall or in a park, and they find someone who has a cane, and they actually go up and talk to them and ask them how they're feeling. The people's lives you change, they become your best friends. And understand that these people, they're praying for some help. We just might be that help. And again, you don't know where it's going to go, but it doesn't mean you don't stop. Know your why, be focused, and every day tell someone about Relive. And every day, follow up with someone with Relive. My goal was always to do an appointment a day. Did I always do it? No. But I made sure that was my goal. I wrote it down. And know that you don't have to know it all. Be honest and use Relive's built-in system to educate and validate. And then you want to ask for a decision. When you ask for a decision, guys, this is really, really important because you have to be prepared and understand that when you share, it's never about the cost. And I learned this from Jim Shaban and even my downline, Dave Zerl. Dave says it all the time. It's never about the cost. It's about the value. So when you're reviewing the decision, understand that the stories that you share break down the barriers and their opinions. Okay? Begin those story connections ASAP so they appreciate the value of the stories. I look at me. I spend a lot of money on my hair, not my nails, but a lot of people spend money on hair and nails. They like their drinks, they like their ice cream, they like their sports, whatever. People are spending money. people do waste money. I believe they do. But it's because that is a priority to them, their nails, their hair, their sports, whatever. So you've got to make this become a priority to them by showing them value. There's no other better way than through the phone calls, because that gets emotional. It gets to the heart of the matter. I'm working with a woman who's 31. She has a 5-year-old baby, severely depressed, severe anxiety. It's so bad. I mean, the husband doesn't want to move them to their new home. They're in the process of building, and it's bad. So I'm like on the phone with her every day with stories, because she gets built up and she's excited, and then nighttime comes and the baby cries and just her anxiety takes over, and she has a horrible night, and she has fibromyalgia and other things. So in the morning, I'm on the phone with her again. Is this a lot on my part? Yes, it is. Do I do this with everyone? No, I don't. I believe her mother is a therapist. I got the referral from her mother because her client had talked about it and helped with depression. So I just need to stay in contact with her, connect her to the testimonials. She loves them. If I ever have any of you on the phone with this Carissa, I mean, she loves to talk and answer questions. She's loving this, guys, and it's going to take a long time for her to get results, like maybe 90 days, because money is an issue and she's starting it slowly. But I will tell you, these stories are going to break down that barrier, and she's going to realize, you know what? This is important for me. As a mom, as a wife, this is important for me. And pretty soon, who knows, maybe she could have it as a business. So it's really never cost its value. Get that value in front of people, guys. Wow, it's 5 to 11. Ask for a decision. Always, always, who do you know who can benefit from the Relive products, guys? Because if you're not asking that, then on their customer profile, you don't have any names there when they get their results that they can call. Always I ask, who did you think of? And I write their names down. So when they are ready, we will call the person they thought of. You can build a Relive business by getting started, just having an application. You can do it online. Review the profit options, you know. You can spend money, retail. You can save money, you know, a low profit. You can make money by doing it as a business. Who do you know who might want to start a Relive business? And you register and go. You guys, this is very important that you follow up with them. I'm going to say something, and I think it will ring true with so many of you. My brother Michael told me this years ago, when someone wouldn't take the Relive. Okay, do you brush your teeth twice a day, Tom? Yeah. Do you brush them because they hurt? No. So they don't hurt. Brushing teeth is all about prevention, Tom. This is no different. You put it in your body will respond. In 30 days, if you don't like it, it's free. And you've got to let me get you connected and hear what's going on with the reality of Relive. Because education is going to keep you on this product, Tom. Not just you saying you're going to take it, but me doing my work. I already have your check, Tom. Now it's where my job starts, and I'm not going to not do it the right way with you. And so I love that, you know, you brush your teeth twice a day. So take your shake when you brush your teeth both times. There are different times to call. I like to call that very first day. I like to call the third day. If they go through detox, you're going to want someone ready to be on the line. And the fifth day, and then maybe once a week after that. It really is, again, what Tommy Moody said, just, you know, use the common sense that you were born with. Set distributors up to succeed. Help them take action. What is my Cindy going to do? Well, she's going to identify, which she has. She's going to connect, which we have. She's going to share the story, which we have, and ask for a decision, which we have, register and go, and we have. She's had a quick start, and she will have more. So she's going to now do what I was doing with her. And if someone says, I don't know what to do, I think this is so important. I think I learned this from Julie Moeller. Guys, I've never really had an original thought. Everything is from someone else. Julie Moeller says, oh, now I can't remember. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, well, I can't remember what she was going to say. We'll go on. Relive tools, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of things we need to do every day, guys. We need to do presentations, in-homes, meetings, talk with your upline, do three-way calls, trainings like this. This is awesome that you guys are all on this. Webinars. And the Relive Live, we already talked about that. I'm going, and I hope you guys are going. It's $100 to come up and see our company close. A very quick story. Mary Peters, who is an ambassador today, is an ambassador because she went to her first conference. She became a master affiliate. A week later is the conference. I, being I was 2 years in the business, but I didn't tell her about the conference because she just went master affiliate, and at the time she only had 7 kids. Now she has 9. And I wasn't going to tell her about it. Kathy Jones, who isn't even in my organization, was at the meeting, and she said, is Mary going to the conference? I said, no, she just became a master affiliate. Are you crazy? She said, well, did you ask her? I said, no. She goes, oh, well, you got to ask her. So Kathy went over to Mary and said, are you going to the conference? Mary Peters said, well, no. She goes, well, you really need to go, and here's why. And she goes, it really goes from your head to your heart, and you come out, and there is no no's in your business. You're getting all yeses. And you want to know another thing? Mary Peters was nursing. She went for one day for 10 hours, came home, watched her sister-in-law's babies and her baby, so her sister-in-law could go for 9 hours the next day. They came home and did Key Director. I mean, she earned a $3,000 bonus that paid for a big down payment for a 9-passenger van. That's what conference will do. Guys, you want to get to Anaheim because they're going to be telling us about a boatload of a lot of new information. You want to meet the leaders and meet the movers and shakers who are doing Relive. And then our 30th anniversary experience live is in Orlando the 12th and 13th. Engage your team. Develop a library of stories. This is important. You've got to have some kind of organization where you put your numbers. You've got to have an organization. You have to be organized. I have my downline get a notebook and just write the name. Every time I introduce them to someone, they write the name, the number, they draw a line. Then they date the next one when I introduce them. Joe Smith, okay, and they date it, and they write all the information. So when they want to use Joe Smith, they open up their notebook. It's right there. They don't have to call me and say, who was that person you had me on the phone with? Take responsibility and collect your libraries of stories. And the millennials, I know they don't use notebooks. It's all in their telephone. So however you like to use it, guys, but get yourself organized, because when you're organized, it makes a difference. To build ambassadors, you need to build the relationships. And that's where you build relationships, is at conference. I can't stress enough. When you get off this phone, check the airlines, get your ticket. You want to be there. Set your goals. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Who is next? You know, Mother Teresa says, pay attention, she said. Pay attention to the small things, and you'll see the bigger picture. Someone was asking if they could share in the chat box. I am finished, guys. I guess you could come on with *6. Someone said they wanted to share. I can't see the chat box, but it popped up. Does someone want to come on and share? Was it Quila? I don't know. You hit *6 to come on.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, this is Julie Ismail in Virginia. I really meant that. Hi. I really enjoyed this training. I meant that I could share with your friend who has anxiety, because I had that, and the Relive actually ends up working better than the medicine.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm happy to share.
Yes. Who's your upline ambassador?
Mary Cousins.
Mary Cousin?
Mhm.
You know Quila's number? Can you call me? 773? Guys, hang on 1 minute. Hang on. I just want to welcome everyone to this training. I'm so proud of all of you who are on listening, and those of you who host it and take that time, because it takes a while to prepare. So I just want to thank everyone, and it was an honor to share today. Make it a great day, everyone.